Back in the 1950s, the BBC sci-fi revolution began. A notable output of this era was the Quatermass series. By the final of the 3 series in the 50s, a new group of sound engineers and musicians were making electronic music and sound effects for the programme. This group was known as the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. This group would build and snowball into a mainstay of another sci-fi show, which would begin 5 years later, but more on that shortly. The BBC's drama department was being overhauled by the end of 1962. The head of the department, Michael Barry, was retiring, and a man named Sidney Newman was brought in. He was an advocate of science fiction and wanted to make an educational science fiction programme for children. This was where Doctor Who was born. For a programme about an alien, it would need a suitably alien musical score to seal the deal. This score would be largely put together by the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, with the haunting theme being made primarily by Delia Derbyshire and Dick Mills. But now onto the stories themselves. Of course, Doctor Who opened with An Unearthly Child, written by Anthony Coburn, but originally the programme was intended to open with a serial entitled The Giants, written by C.E. Bunny Weber. But this story was scrapped by June 1963, as the technical requirements of the storyline, which involved the leading characters being drastically reduced in size, were beyond their capabilities, and the story itself lacked the necessary impact for an opener. As a result, the untitled second serial from Coburn was moved to first in the running order. The order change necessitated rewriting the opening episode of Coburn's script to include some introductory elements of Weber's script from the first episode of The Giants. As a result, Weber received a co-writer's credit for An Unearthly Child on internal BBC documentation. He was never credited on screen.